So Nick, you still live in a 3-family house in Providence. I think that's amazing. How come you still live in a tenement house? I mean, you could be on the beach somewhere in like West Warwick or even Warwick. Why do you choose to live in a 3-family? What's your strategy behind that, and what's your plan for the future?
The main reason for that is I'm just, I'm an investor, and so I'm a return on investing mindset, and I'm an addict with that. So, whenever, I get money, I think of the best ways I could spend it. And, it's, we have a studio here where we can film these videos. So we have a building and a nice office, and we have software that we've created for the company. And all of those things give us a much better return, me a much better return,
Sure.
Everybody involved, than me having another room to put shit in at my house. So it's way down on my list, those things. Even my car is old, and it's just because I have so many things that I want to improve and invest in that it has to really run out of things before I'd be interested in really focusing on those things. I do have plans to move out when the building is renovated, so eventually I'll have more rooms for more crap. But right now I just keep my costs down so I can invest and grow things that and build things that are interesting.
But let's look at it this way. Your house that's going to be here is going to be disgustingly excessive. How many thousand square feet?
It's going to be about 2,900 square feet.
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like 6,000.
No.
Did it have a bowling alley?
No, it's going to be a normal size unit, a little bigger. And,
Just a roof deck,
had to keep...
spiral staircase.
Nah, I don't know about the spiral. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
But what's important, and especially to the audience, is that the top dog lives in an apartment. He's practicing what we're all preaching, that you need to live in an investment property in order to successfully scale and grow yourself and your portfolio. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding right here. We're not just broadcasting a message and, do as I say, not as I do. It's do as I say because I'm doing it, is really the message that you're conveying there.
Yeah, it's a huge thing when if you buy an investment property, you live in it, you keep your costs down. There's such a high return on that because, you might not, now instead of having a housing cost, be it rent or a mortgage, you might have no cost. Mm-hmm. And then if you take that money and invest it, you're talking about exponential returns in the opposite direction. It's really compounds and it gives you some flexibility.
You said, though, that you want to invest in things that give you a return. Somebody's counter argument could say, well, you know what? A quality place to live, a nice place to live, is investing in myself and my family. How is
Absolutely.
that bad?
No, it's not bad. It's just, it depends on what your opportunity cost is. Opportunity cost is on other things. So, maybe, you bought the things that make money around you and the value that you get out of a bigger house is way more than you could get out of buying another investment property.
Got it.
It's a perspective thing. So it's how much value can you get out of it. And my perspective is, I have the things that I need in my current apartment. So the value that I would get out of a bigger one is not the value that I would get out of, upgrading software or, having our franchise documents drafted and legal work. Like, those things I get much more value from, and that's why they're first.
Mm-hmm. And how about your car? How old is that?
It's gonna be 20. It's gonna be 20 years soon.
His car can almost legally drink.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, it's a 01.
And was it $3,000 you paid for it?
I think four.
Cash.
Yep.
And didn't you find it on Craigslist?
Yeah.
And you went there and
I
you're like,
found
all I
everything
have
on
is
Craigslist.
$4,000.
You applied on Craigslist. Everything's from Craigslist.
We were a missed encounter, and I found him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good point. Your car's old. You live in an apartment. I mean, these are not things that CEOs do. but you're really proving the point, you're really giving the message across that you need to sacrifice for a little bit, not for your whole life, but maybe your 20s you sacrifice, your living situation and how fancy your car is. So then your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond are comfortable. You've earned those things. You can't jump out of college, buy a single family home, buy a Range Rover, and and grow yourself. It's just not going to happen. So what would you say to somebody that is maybe getting out of college or just landed a nice, six-figure job, and they're coming across money? How do you tell them to not enjoy the fruits of those labors and buy things that make them feel happy?
I wouldn't tell them not to do it. I would just tell them to invest, have an automatic investment plan, be it a 401k or IRA or whatever, something that's just automated, and try to get 10, 15, 20% of your income, pretend you never got it. And then what you have left over, go nuts. And you'll be way ahead of, the average person.
Define go nuts.
If you want to go, you go out drinking, or you want to buy the nice car, the Land Rover, whatever. I mean, please don't buy the single family house until you want investment property. I beg.
How many units should somebody own before they buy a single family home?
Depending on your area, my recommendation, I know it's something that you take in the heart, as far as from another colleague that said the same thing. If you can, whatever, say in this area, say you buy a 3-unit and maybe it makes $500 or $1,000 a month. Maybe the mortgage on the single family that you're looking at is $2,000 a month. Buy enough rental properties to cover that.
So to offset it.
Yeah, that's what I recommend.
So maybe in that example, 16 to 20 units, and then you offset all the costs of your single.
Yeah, probably utilities, taxes, everything probably offset at that level. And that's a good setup for you. Then you're comfortable, you're good, and you're setting yourself up for success.
Cool. And everybody wants to be set up for success. Just look at him. He's right here, Nick Dagnillo, a living success story. So Nick, again, thank you for your time. And any questions for Nick, just leave a comment below, and he'll get back to you personally.
Great.
He's really excited to do that. So once again, Greg from Nexus. We're here at Nexus's headquarters, your property managed.